Hey, joining us now on the Marr Army Rock Show. I'm really excited to have a band who I think they're going to tell me they're a fairly new band. They're out of Raleigh, North Carolina. Last Call Messiah. Guys, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having us. Yeah, we appreciate it.
Hey, so the debut album is out now, but for folks that may not know you guys yet, you're kind of a new band, are you not?
Yeah, probably 8 months.
Give me a little bit of the history, how you guys formed, how you came together, because you're really taking off already.
We actually, I'm Chris, the vocalist and songwriter, but Steve and Chuck and I were in a band called American Zero back in 2003, 2004. We kind of tried to do sort of the glam sleaze thing back then, and it was a pretty much an all original band, and we played around in the area, and it didn't make a whole lot of headway, but we became really good friends, and like 8 months ago we decided to come back together, and we got up with Jeff Young, who just fit like a glove, and we're kind of doing the same sort of thing, but it's even on a bigger level. Better songs, harder music.
So the debut EP, I just actually picked it up myself this week, and tell me a little bit about the EP and how you put it out so fast. Where did you guys record it? Did you produce it yourselves, or did someone else produce it for you?
We worked with Neil Engel at Adelaide Studios in Raleigh, and it's through Revival Recordings, and they do a lot of work with a band called Alisana and Funeral Portrait, some younger bands, and Neil really kind of got into the vibe of what we were doing and worked with us really just fantastically. Everything came out great, and we were able to bang it out in, it was less than a week.
Now, did you guys have some of those songs already written? Because that happened really quick. Did you write in the studio, or did you write and bring stuff with you?
No, it was all done when the time we got there. Chris basically comes up with the ideas, and I help with the arrangements, and then Jeff and Steve flesh it out and add bridges and little things like that to give it flavor. By the time we got to the studio, those 4 songs were pretty much done. The only thing we did was add a few little outtakes with some crowd noise and, little special effects kind of things.
So I'm having fun listening to the debut album. The first song I want to ask you about is City of Trash. Tell me what that song's about. It almost sounds like you're talking about L.A., but I could be wrong. Tell me about that tune.
It is kind of like a tongue-in-cheek, it's kind of a jab at L.A., kind of like a punk song. I was kind of thinking about Sex Pistols when I wrote it, and it's just really, it's kind of the glorification of being in a place where everything's so decadent and trashy, and just kind of a nod to the 80s, because we all really, really dig every bit of the music that came out of that whole era and that whole scene.
So, yeah, I picked up a lot of that about you guys, and you kind of said something about the previous band being sleaze. Are there some bands that really you kind of found your roots in, and that sort of sleazy sound that you guys still project from what I can hear in your music?
Yeah, we're all pretty much influenced by, like Bang Tango, Faster Pussycat, Guns N' Roses, Hardcore Superstar.
Some of the newer stuff too, like the Swedish stuff, and
Crash Tie, stuff like that.
Yeah, the Swedish stuff's really good.
So listing those bands, that's kind of a nice segue to talk about some of the ones you're going to be not exactly sharing the stage with, but sharing the town with on April 30th. So April 30th, you're going to be at the M3 party, which is in Sonoma's in Columbia, Maryland. Now, for those that may not know, this is the M3 party, not affiliated with the M3 Music Festival, but it's a big party the day before the festival. Now, tell us how you guys got hooked up on that show.
We know Dave Dillon from Detoxin Productions. We've been friends with him for years. And as soon as we cut the CD, we sent him a copy, and basically he called us the next day and said, hey, you want to do it? That was pretty easy.
Now, it's got to be kind of cool to be heading out of your hometown. You're down there from Raleigh there are going to be people from all over the country at this pre-party. What's the thing you're looking most forward to about the trip up to Columbia?
Showing that rock and roll is actually alive, even down here, and that we're hoping to get it out there more often and spread it to the masses. We're trying to take this as a stepping stone to bigger and better things as far as we're concerned.
Oh, yeah.
Now, the party has a great bill. It's got we're good friends with all the bands. We don't know you guys yet, but I'm planning on meeting you guys there. We're going to be there. Station is going to be there out of New York. Mach 22 from Philadelphia. Nancy Habit out of New York. Now, do you know any of these other bands, or is this going to be the first time playing with this other cool bands in this lineup?
Yeah, this is Steve. I know Nasty Habit pretty well. I was in another band that played with those guys a couple times, and they've stayed at my house and things like that. So we're pretty good friends. Known them for years. And I've seen Station. They actually played in Raleigh about 2 years ago. I went to see them play, and they're a tight band, really good.
Yeah, man, this is going to be a very cool lineup, and I've been listening to you guys. I'm excited to see you there. Now, have any of you ever been to the M3 Festival itself before, and are you going to be able to go to the M3 Festival after the M3 party?
Yeah. Yeah.
So each of you take a turn there. Tell me who you're the most excited to see at the M3 Festival this year when you get to actually be a spectator instead of an artist on stage.
I'm torn between Bang Tango and LA Gun.
Yeah, I have not had a chance to see LA Gun, so I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, I'd have to say Bang Tango without a doubt.
I would say, actually, Europe. Wasn't a huge fan back in the day, but they don't get over here that much, so it'd be kind of cool to see them.
Man, so we got one outlier with the Europe. A lot of the sleeve stuff with Bang Tango there, and one outlier on the Europe. That's pretty cool. Is that typical within your band, or do you guys have pretty similar tastes when you're not playing with what you listen to?
I think we're very similar taste. I mean, 80s style rock, whether it's actually from the 80s or even today, it all has the same style.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I like some stuff too. Like I get into some metal. You know, I like the heavier stuff. Jeff is a little more, I think, classic rock.
Yeah, I'm definitely
He's a Judas Priest, AC/DC kind of cat.
Yeah.
And Chris is 70s, 80s. He likes the Sweet and the Slade.
Oh yeah, old Aerosmith.
Yeah. So I mean, it's a really nice collection, but I think we go out of our way to stay contemporary too, to not sound too dated. So that's our little shtick we're trying to pull here.
Now, hey, in addition to the EP, you got a kind of a cool little sort of music video-ish out there on a tune called Man's Ruin. Do we have an actual full music video to look forward to? I know that tune didn't make the EP.
We were working on one, but it's a good promotional tool. That's probably going to be on the next EP. I think we're planning on summertime, going back in and doing 4 more songs, and that'll probably make it onto that one.
Yeah.
And then maybe do something a little more produced after that.
So what is the hardest part about being a new band? Because you guys really, truly are. Is it the writing? Is it the recording? Is it getting shows? What is the hardest thing breaking through these days?
You want to take that?
I would say
I don't think it's been that hard, actually.
it really hasn't. It's been a total labor of love, and it's so much fun. I would have to say, recording was maybe the most stressful thing, but that was only for a couple of days, and the rest of it.
We all enjoy each other's company and jamming with each other, so it's pretty easy.
Yeah.
It's just a lot of hard work. I mean, no matter what you do, you got to work at it.
Yeah, man, that's good advice as far as any band coming up. So, hey, so the M3 party, man, I'm really looking forward to seeing you guys there. That's April 30th. What else do you guys got coming up? Do you have some other shows coming up that you want to talk about, or is that the big show on the bill for the near future?
We've got a show in downtown Raleigh at a place called Deep South, the bar, on February 28th. It's an event called the Midwinter Rock Fest, and it's us and 2 other bands, another band from Charlotte called Beyond the Fade, and a band from Raleigh called Advice. So we're really excited about that.
Yeah, I think it's already sold out. It's supposed to be on that show. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Hey, well, that's good news for you guys, I'd say.
Oh, yeah.
Yep, we're excited.
How's Raleigh as a rock and roll city, man? Once in a while, Tennessee now, I know it's getting a lot bigger with rock and roll. How's Raleigh doing with rock and roll down there these days?
I think it's making a comeback.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. We did our first show on December 6th, and the reaction was really good. I think a lot of people have been waiting for a fun rock and roll band, especially in this area, because a lot of the bigger bands don't get to come down here. And, so, yeah, the reaction was about as good as I could have hoped. I think any of us could have hoped. And
we were definitely well received.
Yeah, and all the word of mouth since then has just been building up. So I think a lot of people just want to get out and have a good time. So, hopefully we'll fill that void and entertain them and do something good with this.
Well, I'm definitely enjoying the debut EP, guys. The band is called Last Call Messiahs. They're out of Raleigh, North Carolina. Once again, the big show that we're going to be at along with them is April 30th. It's at Sonoma's in Columbia, Maryland. It's the M3 party. So if you're going to the M3 festival, check that one out. And check out Last Call Messiahs on Facebook. They have a web page as well. And, guys, thank you so much for being here on the show. And I look forward to seeing you in April down in Columbia.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Appreciate it.
We will see you there.